Hello, hello, and welcome back as I prepare to go all Derek Vineyard on the fulminating prophet down in the ravaged wreck of the ruins of Perfidious Manor in Darkest Dungeon. So yeah, new patch is out, and our first town event is a real doozy. There are no level restrictions for our next quest. Oh, it's a glorious day to be alive, folks, it really is. Because today, there are no laws. It's total anarchy in the streets. We can do whatever we want. We could sneeze with our eyes open, we could fight City Hall. If we wanted to get really crazy, we could divide by zero. You take your mathematical laws and you shove them right up your butt. There are no laws today. I'll divide by zero if I want to. It can be whatever answer I choose. It's a glorious time to be alive, it really is. But instead of doing any of that really cool stuff, because I'm an unimaginative chump, what I'm going to do instead is take a team of the Hamlet's most righteous ass kickers down into a medium level dungeon, drag the fulminating prophet out into the street, put his mouth on the curb, and give him the stomping of a lifetime. Though, now that I think about it, isn't every curb stomp technically the stomping of a lifetime, since it's nearly always fatal? It's going to be tough to get stomped worse than the curb stomp that killed you. I'm just saying. Unless we're talking about Meg Myers. If we're talking about a Meg Myers curb stomping, well, that's just Meg Myers belting out a bitchin' rock tune while the Keeb Grip hurls stuffed animals at her from off camera. That's a good time that everyone can enjoy. Unfortunately, Meg Myers isn't here, and that's not the kind of curb stomping I have in mind for the old fulminating prophet. No sweet, angry chick rock for you, Mr. Ceiling Dropper. Nope, it's just a mouthful of cement, some busted teeth, and a probably fatal atlanto-occipital dislocation for you. Let's get to work. Hear ye indeed. Even the town crier is excited about the fact, and to see, the game remembers that I remembered that I wanted to kick the shit out of the fulminating prophet. It's time. Look at this gang of thugs back here in the background. You guys look dangerous. This is not the kind of crew of folks you'd want to run into in a dark alley on the mean streets of wherever the hell the hamlet happens to be. I don't want to bump into these guys. They look angry and violent, more than a little dangerous. It seems like, is there only one of every class? I'm just looking here and counting to make sure I didn't, but yeah, there's only one of everything. Huh. I didn't realize there were this many classes in Darkest Dungeon. Kudos, Red Hook. You've drawn me in so well, I can't even count the number of potential options I have for ass kicking. On this mission, though, we don't really have a whole lot of potential options for ass kicking. It's gonna be probably Wade Wilson. I'm thinking Mercedes Knight in the front rank. Pete, you're gonna put, yeah, I am, because health totals on this mission are basically irrelevant. The fulminating prophet can do as much damage as he likes whenever he damn well pleases, so it hardly matters what team you're bringing. All you want to do is bring as much friggin' damage as you can wedge onto the team. Pamela Isley will be useful in that respect as well. Do I really want to go with Wade Wilson? That's the question. The answer to that question is yes, a definitive and resounding yes. I really wish we were getting something other than this bounty hunter's helmet, though. I'm a little disappointed in that. But while the trinket is subpar, when are we going to get this opportunity again? We're just not. We're over-leveled. This is our chance. I want to deliver a curb stomping, and I can't deliver a curb stomping unless the curb is available. At all other times, the curb is restricted. It's painted with that red paint that makes it a fire lane, and they're like, oh no, Pete, you can't park here. You gotta go over there and park and walk your big, stupid, lazy ass into the store like a regular person. How dare you park in this fire lane? What if the building were to catch on fire while you were in it? By the way, here's a $70 ticket. Hate fire lanes. Stupid firemen all demanding the right to have convenient access to save people's lives, just so I have to walk an extra 20 feet. What does this world come to? We're just going to check our skills while we're up here, make sure everybody is as well equipped as is possible. See, it's a good thing we check, because old Mercedes Knight is not rolling the appropriate level of abilities. Wade, how about you? Wade, cool. You have the right abilities, right? You have Withstand and Solemnity. Okay. Wanted to make sure Wade was rocking the right heels. Wonder Woman, I'm guessing, is probably awesome, because Wonder Woman is always awesome, and we know Poison Ivy is sorted. That's right. Our deadly little poisonous dame. She's ready to go forth and kill. What about weapons and armor? We do have some heroes who are suffering from I don't have good armor syndrome, which we could probably fix, or alternatively could give them we don't have good weapon syndrome, and we could fix that too. I don't even have full rank 5. You know, not even everybody on this team has rank 4 armor yet. Let's not go insane. Let's get everybody who's going on this mission. I'm taking Wonder Woman instead of Jean Grey. Why? Oh, because Wonder Woman already has 4 and 4. That's why. Wonder Woman is the budget superhero here. Man, if you're if you're up against Jean Grey and somebody calls you the budget superhero in that particular scenario, I think you have been significantly slighted. That's a really mean thing to say. You're sorry, but you're going up against Jean Grey, and you're the budget female hero in this respect, Wonder Woman. See, that's just mean, man. Don't tell somebody they're the budget Jean Grey. That's not nice. Fortunately, I'm not a nice person, and in this case, Wonder Woman is the budget Jean Grey. Sucks, Wonder Woman, I know, but hey, you're a DC character, and thanks to Disney, you're getting dominated right now in the marketplace. You got no one to blame. You got no one to blame but your own PR department, Wonder Woman. Got to shake it up. You know, that Batman versus Superman debacle sure as hell didn't help you out, and he did it. What do we want to tow down into this dungeon? I mean, we're going to tow in our insults to Wonder Woman, because that's just coming. I can't not. I'm still salty about the whole Batman versus Superman thing, and I'm not going to lie about it. Had Batman kill people, it just doesn't sit well with Perfidious Pete. That's the one thing Batman doesn't do. Batman's not a good man. He's not at all. But he doesn't murder. I'm not buying an extra anti-venom. I will, however, take 1 key. What did we spend on provisions? Yeah, you know what? This is fine. We did okay. I think we're good. I mean, I always think we're good, even when I click the button after I've forgotten to buy food and torches. I'll be like, yeah, we're good. Let's go down here and do that. And then I'm like, I'm real dumb. You need to see a dentist, man. You know, they've got bridge plates and whatnot. This serious gap here in the front of your tooth that sort of makes you look a little bit like Sandra Bernhard, that's totally fixable. Also, you don't want to look like Sandra Bernhard, trust me. I mean, you've got the whole I tore my own eyes out thing like Sam Neill in Event Horizon, and that was some sweet shit, Fulminating Prophet. That's a good look for you. The Sandra Bernhard thing, though, just is not working, pal. So the Fulminating Prophet should be here, then. That is, what are we looking at? 5 rooms? Yep, is there anywhere else that is 5 or more rooms away? Nope, he has to be here. Off we go, then. Let's go find a prophet. Now, our goal is to encounter just as little resistance as possible on our way to the Fulminating Prophet, because that guy, not to take anything away from the team here and what they're capable of, because this is our greatest cadre of ass-kicking, mangling machines. If you throw a sausage at them, they will turn it into minced sausage. These guys are that good. They're a blender. They're a meat grinder. They're a Cuisinart. They're an expensive brand food processor that you don't need to buy because you actually own a knife. Not a big fan of food processors. I've never understood it. Knives do the same thing just as good and are vastly cheaper. Don't buy a food processor. But these guys are that high-dollar food processor. They're that Ron Popeil thing that you saw on late-night television. It slices, it dices, it even makes julienne fries. Who cares? Also, has anybody ever eaten a julienne fry? This is what I want to know. Is making julienne fries really what you're looking for in a household appliance? You go to the store and you be like, oh, well, you know, this refrigerator is fantastic. It's really energy efficient, keeps my food from rotting and spoiling, which is mostly what I'm looking for in this appliance. It also dispenses icy cold water and frozen water, also known as ice. This is a top quality refrigerator, and you know what? It's reasonably priced as well. I think this is a solid buy. And then somebody comes in and goes, does it make julienne fries? And you're like, oh, well, you're right. It doesn't make julienne fries. Fuck this refrigerator. I don't care what else it's capable of. Without the ability to make julienne fries, I do not want this thing in my home. Show me that secret room, baby. Come on. Showed me everything but the secret room, huh? Gonna tease Perfidious Pete like that? No, I mean, it's fine. I'm used to it. I mean, sadly, I legitimately am used to that sort of thing. Perfidious Pete never gets the goods. It's all right. I'm accustomed to it. I'm accustomed to my solitude and my loneliness. And also, I want to be accustomed to killing these guys before they give us any stress damage. You know what? I so much want to do that I'm going to go for a tactic I normally don't employ and whip a stun at those bitches so that we can straight up kill them. Poison Ivy gave us the benefit of having won a speed roll. I think we should definitely try and capitalize on that. Wonder Woman, bolt of lightning from the blue. I mean, it was technically a bolt of lightning from the blue. Mercedes Knight took an axe blade in the face for you, Wonder Woman. This is the sacrifice that she's making on your behalf. You need to step up and make that sacrifice worthwhile. This is your This is your Matt Damon in Saving Private Ryan moment right here. You gotta earn this now, Wonder Woman. You earn this. Earn it. You know how you can earn that? By throwing a big party heal with. I forgot trinkets because I'm the... It's always something, isn't it, Pete? And didn't at the top of the episode you just make fun of yourself for like forgetting food and torches, and then what do? Oh, let's go fight the fulminating prophet without any trinkets whatsoever because you're an idiot. Oh man, there are days when I really don't like myself. I mean, that's pretty much every day. I exaggerate. Every day is a day I don't really like myself. Some days, though, I wonder about my own perspicacity. Today is such a day. I'm definitely wondering about my own perspicacity here, especially based on the fact that I just used the word perspicacity, and I'm not sure that that wasn't a slight malapropism, but I'm going to roll with it. Boy, that 2-point group heal is really going to help us out against the fulminating prophet, Wonder Woman. I'm real glad I brought you and not somebody I might have remembered to put a trinket on, like, say, I don't know, Jean Grey? I'm my own worst enemy. I'm a lit song. That's what I am. It's no surprise to me. I am my own worst enemy. Might as well go ahead and kill this man. I was thinking about delaying to try and cycle around and maybe get an extra cheap heal in. And all I can say now is it's a damn good thing we're grossly over-leveled for this. Otherwise, we would be in significant trouble. I'll take the heirlooms. I mean, they're free. Free heirlooms are good heirlooms. Any heirloom really is a good heirloom. I don't remember what you use in a confessional booth. I think it's holy water, isn't it? Yeah, it is holy water. Hey, there we go. So some cheap stress relief. That actually was nicely timed. I will give you credit, Darkest Dungeon. Thank you for trying to help me out and attempt to make up at least slightly to compensate for my abject stupidity of forgetting to equip my troopers with trinkets and sending them into the dungeon gearless and naked. And some of you are saying right now, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing a naked Wonder Woman. You're not necessarily wrong to want to see. I mean, she's an attractive lady. Nothing wrong with appreciating the beauty of the female form. It's something I can get behind. I'm actually quite worried here. We got to try and take. Okay, beautiful shot from Mercedes Knight. We got to try and take out some of these back party members. The problem is, Mr. Slugs-a-lot here is really gonna bring the pain. 5 damage out of Wonder Woman. And these guys are unholy, so they're taking bonus damage from that shot from old WW too, I'd like to point out. Big old crit from Wade Wilson helps turn the tide. See, this is what I'm concerned. That was the world's greatest dodge. You guys make Pernell Whitaker look like a schlub. That was brilliant, team. Well done. I'm so proud of you guys right now. I'm svelling just a little bit. Just a little bit. I mean, I'm getting a little misty here. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll find a way to screw it up, because you're you, and I'm me, and good things don't happen. Not to me, anyway. We'll take 6 damage from Mercedes Knight, which is less than impressive, but maybe Wade Wilson? You know what? 14 damage is still pretty good. Also, this guy has Fatal Blow on him now. Ouch. Okay, so Deadpool is taking a little bit of a skull fracture. He's gonna be fine. I mean, the skull will heal. It's like a Play-Doh skull. It'll grow back. It's gonna be perfectly fine. Doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, though. That's one of the things I always give respect for Deadpool, man. He doesn't care about those injuries. You know, he still feels that pain. That still hurts him. Stress heal? I'm thinking stress heal. Let's stress heal. We could have also just healed our HP, but I think we're down 1. And ultimately, 1 HP is not going to make a single shitting lick of difference when the Fulminating Prophet starts dropping a ceiling on us for like 55 damage a shot. Who wants to touch the thing? Okay. Well, that could have been worse. Could have been better. Could have been worse. I'm not sure how it could have been worse, but it seems like an appropriate thing to say. I'm still reeling, honestly, from my lack of trinketness. I'm real dumb. I'm real dumb. I sincerely need to just sit down and make like a dungeon checklist. Be like, before you allow yourself to go into every dungeon, Pete, you got to do these things. Trinkets, food, torches, etc. Anybody got a disease we might want to get rid of? I mean, I know Wade Wilson has the rabies, but we're not getting rid of those. Wade Wilson is keeping the rabies. Those are a thing that stay. They're like what Jen's master taught him in the Dark Crystal. Oh, this is all writing. What is that? Words that stay. Except in our case, it's somehow diseases instead of literature, and it stays. You know, that analogy fell completely apart. I just felt like a big man and drop a Dark Crystal reference and make everybody happy, but then I fucked it all up, and now it's just awkward and weird. Bonus damage from position 1, which is where we will be fighting. It's bonus accuracy, bonus damage. I think we have to battle trance here. What other kind of buffs can we get? Reducing stress and giving ourselves bonus yeah, let's reflect. Reflect upon the fact that the guy who's leading this party was too goddamn stupid to bring trinkets. Let's reflect upon that, everyone. Sanctuary would prevent us from getting ambushed, which is excellent. Bonus accuracy and dodge, though. I would rather have the bonus dodge on our Hellion, who is kind of low HP. And then we have 1 time left. Can we do anything with 1 time? We could give ourselves disease resistance. That's not really useful at all. We could also quarantine, but that would just make us take a bunch of damage. How about a pep talk? Sure, cheer up old Wonder Woman. She'd be like, you know, I don't think you're the budget Jean Grey, Wonder Woman. I think Jean Grey is the budget Wonder Woman. Did you ever consider that? What if the tables are actually turned, Wonder Woman? I mean, I can't change the fact that Batman vs. Superman was an abominable piece of shit. I can't change that fact, but I don't think you're to blame for that, Wonder Woman. I think perhaps you were just collateral damage in that particular travesty. It's just like you were next door. You were the school next door to the weapons manufacturing plant that got blown up by a drone strike. It's not your fault that your overwhelmingly corrupt leader chose to build schools and orphanages around his weapons manufacturing plant for the potential PR hit when the collateral damage inevitably occurs. You're not to blame for that. You were just a lady who went to school trying to teach kids how to read. It's not your fault they wound up crawling out of a smoking hole filled with rubble. That's not on you. That's on your corrupt leadership. When has reading ever done us any good in Darkest Dungeon? Every book we're going to pick up here is going to be written by a Stephanie Meyer or an E.L. James or a Cormac McCarthy. There are no advantages in touching these books, and I'm going to do it anyway. See? What did we get? Hyromania. That's like an obsession with the gods. You know what? If we read a Cormac McCarthy novel and the only thing that we came away with was a touch of hyromania, I feel like we have escaped lightly. We really have. The bleakness in the soul of a Cormac McCarthy novel really probably should have done more damage. Here comes the old calamitous prognostication. Alright, yeah. That's why we gave you bonus dodge, actually. So let's start piling blight on this piece of shit. We need to do as much damage to this big bastard as we can, as fast as we can. He's got 158. Little Iron Swan is going to chew through that pretty darn quickly. Here comes the Fulminate. Righteous dodge, guys. That was some excellent, that's some excellent dungeoning right there. Oh, and Wonder Woman finally decides to bring the pain. Suddenly everybody's looking pretty good. They're all on their A game. Now, we could have Wade Wilson step up into this, but I really want to keep us in the front rank here with our Hellion for the bonus damage. I think we just have Wade Wilson start hewing his way through these pews. That was actually quite a shot. Man, these pews have a ton of health on the higher difficulties. There's my girl! Oh, Mercedes Knight. She took off her own arm and used it to distract the enemy. I'm so proud of you. We may withstand this time. Keep piling on the poison, Pamela Isley. We're going to get some damage on this guy, even if you don't necessarily contribute directly. We're going to start ticking it up. You keep flinging those bombs at him, we're going to be in good shape here. Wonder Woman, speaking of bombs. All right. Well, Wonder Woman found a way to make up for her previous success. Nicely done. What's that? I succeeded inadvertently? Best follow it up with a failure then, lest anyone find me minimally competent. The resistance is so good! Yeah, so Rubble of Ruin. That withstand actually did us a pretty good turn there. We were able to absorb a remarkable amount of damage thanks to that. Our Hellion's dodge, by the way, also paid out, with which I am extremely pleased. Apart from the whole you forgot to bring trinkets thing, our plan is, it's sort of working. Wade Wilson, we're just going to have you stack up more defense and buff yourself up. And then I think we go for the big heal on Mercedes Knight. The big heal healed for 7 thanks to our lack of trinkets. I feel not great about myself. I do feel really good about the fact that our way over level trooper is dodging the shit out of all these attacks. The Fulminating Prophet, I think, may be, outside of the darkest dungeon itself, the Fulminating Prophet may be the most dangerous boss in the game. He is surpassingly difficult compared to all of the other alternatives. Big shot from Mercedes Knight, who's mocking her lack of trinkets right now. Like, trinkets, schminkets, I got my axe, I got my rage, that's all I need. We have plus 72 protection. We can probably afford to skip another withstand. Even if the rocks fall on our head, they are not going to do a massive amount of damage. A little bit of blight coming around. Mercedes is going to be on death's door here, I think. Depends on how our speed rolls work out, really. You want a calamitous prognostication, Wade Wilson? Yeah, it's fine. Wade will just armor up and stand there and let it fall on his face. He doesn't care. Give me the big heal. Or rather, the group heal, because big is definitely an exaggeration in this case. And I'm going to go ahead and cure Mercedes Knight. I don't want anybody on death's door if I can avoid it. And then we're just going to chop that Fulminating Prophet from Guggle to Zatch, like 13 clock style. That's what we're going to do. Like the Duke, I'll slit you from your Guggle to your Zatch. I kind of regret having slid him from his Guggle to his Zatch, because this loot and reward is definitely substandard. Do we want to have another little peep around the dungeon? Is there merit? I mean, is there any merit to doing this? Other than potentially getting stress on our troopers who don't really need to collect stress from a mission they've already handily won. The gold is not fantastic. We did not make an abundance of cash. So from a financial standpoint, yeah, there's a little reason to explore. We already have made something of an investment in our run here. But does the potential stress offset? Yeah, let's, you know what? Let's do a couple more rooms. Let's see, the first at... okay. Yep. For some reason, I'm just stroking out here and suddenly can't talk. What I'm trying to say is, the first opportunity where we find something that's less than optimal, the first time we encounter even the mildest of inconveniences, we're gonna bail out of this shit. We're gonna run like hell. We're gonna get out of this like Ted Cruz in a presidential race. We're just gonna be like, I've had enough. I'm done. I can see which way the wind is blowing, and it's not blowing in Uncle Ted's direction. Also, don't let Ted call himself Uncle Ted in your presence. Be like, oh, come see Uncle Ted. I don't care if you're actually Ted's niece and nephew. If he calls himself Uncle Ted, you run. Yeah, he did the slash. The graveyard slash. He did the slash. It caught on in a flash. I always make that joke. And you know what? It always makes me giggle a little bit inside, and I think that's reason enough to keep making it, don't you? Probably not, because it's not that funny, but I'm going to do it anyway, because I'm not creative or entertaining. Little stress relief. I think we have 7 aggregate stress for the group so far. I feel pretty good about that. Jester's Dice and extra emerald. So our decision to continue pushing our luck has already paid for itself. We got a trinket we can sell. That's nice. Picked up a little extra cash. Some emeralds we can turn into jewelry for Wonder Woman, or maybe put on her bracers to help decorate them further. I don't know why Wonder Woman needs extra decoration. She sort of seems like the kind of gal that wouldn't necessarily wear jewelry to me. Be like, nah, you know, it gets in the way while I'm fighting. I don't like it. You get caught on stuff. It's a good way for your enemy to get a hold on you and grapple you. I don't really appreciate jewelry. We'll burn a torch. Hallway. Oh, this is not good. So, yeah, I regret having continued. I regret having pushed my luck maybe a little bit. What's your stun resistance like, Slavering Ghoul? It's quite good. Your blight resistance is less good. I really don't want this guy to... He's going to give us a bunch of stress. But the faster we can kill him, the less stress we're going to get. Let's start piling on the hate. And even if we do nothing to this gargoyle at all, it's still dead. So I do feel okay about that. Rend just does damage, which is fine. You can rend us all day. You want to rend Wade Wilson asunder? Knock yourself out, Mr. Ghoul. You rend him all day long. Just get in there and rip and slash and tear and just rip chunks of meat from the bone. It's fine. Wade can take it. He's a tough man. He knows how to endure. Like the dude, Wade Wilson abides. Also, that gargoyle took a hell of a lot of damage from a regular melee hit. Their protection stat is off the chain. How do you like that? Guessing that blight didn't do you a very good turn there, did it, champ? Speaking of blight, Pamela Isley's going to keep up the damage on a slavering ghoul. I'm just going to kill this thing. I'm not that worried about the damage, and if we bring this guy forward, I don't think he can howl. He can only rend. Damage is not a problem. We'll take the damage. Damage we can withstand. Speaking of which, let's go for a little self-heal. That gives you a buff as well. Oh, bonus bleed, blight, and that's... okay. I did not know that that ability did that, but I am pleased. That ghoul doesn't get to go again. Regardless of what happens, that ghoul is done. He dies on his turn from a combination of acid, poison, and other deadly substances. So let's take the time to get as many heals off as we can. Yeah, see, you were dead. Your brain just hadn't caught on to the fact yet. That's how a life is taken. Man, that's kind of dark, Mr. Narrator. I mean, I don't normally want to call you out on that, but that's a little dark, buddy. Ben, did you read a Cormac McCarthy novel? Is that what's going on? Have you been reading them too? You should stop. I'm telling you, they're not good for you. I don't really think we're gonna need this anti-venom. What with Gravedigger in the party, and I would rather have the extra heirlooms. So let's throw those on the floor. Yeah, don't litter, Pete. Oh, you're littering somewhere. That Indian is crying again like he did in that commercial in the 70s. Oh, please, don't investigate Mercedes Knight. I think we may actually be carrying holy water, are we not? No, we are not. Excuse me, a little sneeze there. And by little sneeze, I mean violent. I just turned away from my mic. Oh, that was actually hurt a little bit. You ever sneeze so hard you, like, hurt your own neck? By the way, I know I said earlier that we could sneeze with our eyes open, but I tried and failed right there. You didn't see it because I don't webcam or anything like that. Nobody wants to stare at my ugly mug while I play video games. But, yeah, I tried to sneeze with my eyes open. Couldn't pull it off. It's quite a bit harder than you think. 7, 5, 12, 9. All right, Mercedes, take your robot arm and tear that grate off. Little cheap stress relief for you. Let's burn some torches. I'll hang out in the dungeon as long as our torchlight and food lasts. We've got enough food for one more hunger prompt. We've got enough torches to poke around a little bit if we should choose. I'm going to check out at least this treasure room, and after this one, I think this may be where we cap it. We've probably... see, I was going to say we pressed our luck one room too far. We may be able to get out of this. With a combination of stuns and massive crippling, overwhelming damage from our front rank, might be able to get out of this without taking some stress damage. That's a pretty strong start. We're going to have Wonder Woman drop one on the Doomsayer, because I really want that son of a bitch dead. Wade Wilson with some solid contributions there. These two are going to be stunned for the first couple rounds, so they got nothing. Little axe blade at Wade. Throw your blade at Wade. Wade don't care. Deadpool don't give a shit. He'll dress up in a bathrobe and rip off Ferris Bueller at the end of his own movie. There's the stress we were expecting. Okay. Doomsayer's speed rating is just out of control. They may be the fastest things in Darkest Dungeon. But a little blight for you, Scarecrow. We also got a kill. You're definitely dead now from a combination of bleed and blight, so no more turns out of you, you piece of garbage. Meanwhile, Wonder Woman's gonna call down the thunder on that man. You want the lightning? You want the lightning? Oh, I'll give you the lightning. You called down the thunder. Now reap the whirlwind. I may be misquoting. Doesn't really seem like a Wonder Woman quote. I'm not sure who I was quoting, but I'm pretty sure that was wrong. Just whip a little blight at this man. This way we ensure that everybody is dead before they get to go again. This guy will also die. Let's go for the AoE, better chance to crit. Get a little cheap stress relief, which is exactly what we got for stress relief. Can we get a little more cheap stress relief here? Yes, we can! 4 more. I'll take it. I'm not against taking it. You know what? I could burn a torch, but I'm not going to. We can sell that torch back or throw it on the floor when we find something decent in this heirloom chest, which I am going to use our key on because I paid for the key. It seems foolish not to use it. Well, we got to throw something on the floor for 300 gold. Is that something going to be? Well, it's going to be torches. That's what it's going to be. 300 gold is worth more than 6 torches. And now, since we're out of torchlight, we are exiting the dungeon. That's it. I'm checking out. So our bounty hunter hat, done. 5 crests, 4 busts. How'd we do on gold? 10,000 and change. It's actually 11,000 and change, Pete. Learn to do math. Basic math is not my strong suit. I have a friend who would say that if you're doing math with actual numbers, you're doing math wrong, but I'm not that advanced as a mathematician. I have trouble doing math with just regular numbers. That's why I have a fine arts degree. Wade Wilson, making rank 6. Oh, this is good. He's a dud hitter. Wade Wilson is a dud hitter. The man starred in the highest R-rated movie of all time, and you're calling him a dud hitter? I mean, that's some Leonard Maltin level criticism right there. That's just a low blow. Pamela Isley will never drink. I would assume because they won't let her drink with her roots she only wants to, tap a root, so they're just like, no, ma'am, you can't put down roots in the middle of our pub. That's not how this sort of establishment works. I can't have you rooted to the floor, ma'am. Also, it's terribly difficult on the flooring. You're tearing up the tile. Diana Prince got bonus crit for melee skills, replacing hard. Okay, so this is actually a downgrade, and we also got the worries, which is friggin' terrible. The worries is a disease which we could cure in a dungeon. So do we get a town event every week now? Inexplicably, Call of the Crusade. Inexplicably, however, only 2 have arrived. It appears that the abbot's earnest appeal has been answered, albeit with mocking cruelty. So, what was that? So does that just mean we get a whole bunch of Crusaders? Town event, Call of the Crusade. Let's take a look at our stagecoach. I'm guessing we probably have a bunch of Crusaders. Nope, that's not it at all. Okay. I'm very confused. What just happened there? This event, I don't understand you. Call of the Crusade. Inexplicably, however, only 2 have arrived. It appears that the abbot's earnest appeal has been answered, albeit with mocking cruelty. We can recruit these guys. Got it. So a level 0 Crusader with slow draw and unquiet mind. Yeah. Call me insane, but I think I'm going to pass on that one. And another rank. Yuck. Mocking cruelty, it was, in fact. Man, these guys are not into the whole crusade thing. They'd be like, oh, you want Crusaders? Yeah, sure, we'll send you some fucking true zealots. These guys are stalwart defenders of the faith. Am I right, fellas? No, we sent garbage because our real knights are busy. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up, having delivered a backhanded insult to the clergy, although it wasn't really my insult. I'm just sort of pointing it out. I'm like the guy who's going, geez, Homer, you really are slow. I'm effectively Mo educating Homer when he's still standing in the kitchen 5 hours after the poker game has left. That's what I'm doing here. I'm also not doing that anymore. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to see more Darkest Dungeon, including us taking vastly over-leveled troopers down to beat up on bosses like the bully that I am, might consider subscribing as well. Don't know how often that town event's going to come up, but I'm going to do it every single time. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.